Hey Vero family, it's like 4:45 in the morning. I would probably be asleep right now except for my literal crackhead neighbor was shouting outside to invisible people, I don't know, and making lots of noise. Uh, I got up to make water, for lack of a better term, and um, uh, I have my windows open because it's so nice, and the evenings are chilly, but not to the point where you need to have your windows completely closed. So I'm hearing flying profanity at the top of his lungs, talking to his invisible friends, which his invisible friends can't play with my invisible friends because mine are super cool. And, I have a sound machine app on my phone, and I had uh, a fan going in my room, and I have a snoring pug, and I can still hear him banging around. So I got up and I went to my upstairs kitchen window because our house is like two apartments that we're trying to combine back into one house. Long story there. Not a very exciting one, but there's a story there. Uh, and I went to the window hoping to catch him and have something to call the police because it's a noise ordinance, and it played on my anger and frustration, and of course my lack of sleep, my sleep issues to begin with. I'm like, man, I just fell asleep around, let's see, 2. So, dude, I was just getting about 3 hours of sleep when you started your shit. So, I just want to strangle him. But I don't have the strength. And even my cat, you could probably hear her now, she's upset. So, I am just, when I went to the window, it stopped miraculously. We all think that he's making a home in the garage. He's due out of that house in a couple of days. Um, After the end of the month, he's got to be out. And if he's not, he's a squatter. And then guess who gets to call the cops? Me. The, the Vero raccoon. What's the matter? Yeah, you're as tired as I am, huh? Yeah, that's my cat. So, I mean, and my pug snores loud. He needs a CPAP machine. And we all sleep in the bedroom, you know. The only one that doesn't sleep in there, obviously, is my son. He sleeps through everything. Lucky sap. And my husband, he doesn't hear anything either. I don't know how he could sleep through it. Until I'm poking him going, Paul, do you hear that noise? Call the cops. Because if you don't, I will. I've always got like my finger on the button. I have the non-emergency number on speed dial. I have it programmed into my phone. I you know how you get like frequent flyer miles when you use the airline? I need them for calling the cops. I mean, and it's not like I call them for no reason. I call them for good reasons. And I won't miss that when he's gone. I hope that he doesn't continue to come hang around the street when he's go, when he's supposed to leave because he doesn't have any friends. Oh, here's something. Before I went to bed, and I'm glad my son was already in bed, I was playing Animal Crossing. Does anybody play that? Because if you do, please let me know, and we could be buddies. Seriously, I love Animal Crossing New Leaf, and Battery City needs some visitors so that I can, vamp up my town. I didn't realize I'd been playing for uh, since 2016 or something. Um, where was I? Oh, yeah. Like I said, the windows have been open all day, and all of a sudden I hear, "You better get away from me in 30 seconds or I'm going to kick your fucking ass." That was my neighbor across the street, not the guy that's never home, but Mr. Martz. And he's one of the nicest guys on the street. He has the cutest, what kind of dog is that? One of the most popular dogs, too. A golden, we'll just say a golden retriever, just for shits and giggles because I can't think right now. But, and Frankie started letting the words fly. And I didn't bother getting up and playing Batman because I was just too into my game, and you you get so sick of it. But I recognize Mr. Martz's voice, and you never hear anything from him. He keeps to himself. He's a nice guy, just a perfect neighbor. And and then Frankie's yelling something at him, and he said, "I'm warning you. You get away. You get the hell away from me, or I am going to beat the shit out of you." And I would not want to mess with Mr. Martz. He's stolen from him before, broke into his garage and taken some of his tools, and now he's got the dog, and the dog barks, when people are in the driveway and whatnot. And he's been told to stay out of his yard too. So I don't know what was going on, but there was a verbal altercation, and I was like, "Go, Mr. Martz, yeah!" And so I turned up the volume on my DS, but those don't go very loud. What's the matter, Portia? I don't want to play right now. I probably won't want to play for a few hours. Luckily, my son is going out for a while, like around 11 a.m. To Adventure Landing with he's got someone that's like a big brother, big sister, um, and because although there's no doubt that his sister loves him, she really doesn't take time for him, which is really sad. We've had conversations with her, and oh, sorry, I shouldn't have to. have conversations with her about spending time with her brother. But I haven't given up on that yet, and I still continue to. It's almost like this whole shame on you. You know, your brother's growing up and you don't spend much time with them. And she said that, you know, it's hard right now because he is going through a anger phase, which is understandable because even though he's 15 in numbers, you know, chronological age, whatever you want to call it, and he's going through puberty and all that lovely stuff and starting to have crushes, which is really cute but difficult for him because his emotional intelligence and stuff is all over the charts, and in some ways he's more immature, so he doesn't understand, you know, why the stuff that goes along with 15-year-olds' feelings and crushes, and you know, the hormones are hard, and plus he's on Accutane for his I mean, he had really severe acne. It wasn't just your average acne. And which can cause some aggression too. He's almost done. He was on it for, geez, like a year. And I would have been against it had he not had it so bad that it was causing some scarring. Luckily, we caught it enough in time where it's repairing itself. You know, the scarring didn't get bad enough where it wouldn't repair itself. So I guess that Accutane can help with that. It's a very seriously heavy drug, and you have to actually have, I don't know who's familiar with Accutane out there, but you have to have a special card and in order to pick it up, and it has all these warnings in it for women because they don't want, you know, you cannot get pregnant while you're on it because it can cause major deformities with babies. And on every foil that you have to push the pill through, it shows a pregnant woman with a line through it, because with a picture of a deformed baby, you know, like those line drawings that you see on tractors, like, you know, safety, those weird safety pictures. It's quite a disturbing little thing where the kid's head is odd shaped in the back. uh, like alien baby. I mean, I'm loopier than usual, but what the hell was I talking about? Oh, so since I'm not getting any sleep now while Cameron's gone, I may take advantage of it and get a nap. You watch. I will be so awake that I won't be able to. I have a shitload of laundry that has to be taken care of, and there was something else I had to do. I'm supposed to make these chicken and dumplings. I've been supposed to. Great language. I'm supposed to have been. I still can't say. Oh. Anyway, there's this meal I've been meaning to make for 2 days that I've put off, and like last night I forgot to make it. I did. I forgot, and I didn't get the pizza, Chris. I ended up with pulled pork. It was delicious, and I have no regrets. My stomach, on the other hand, had some regrets. I don't digest things very well, but it was worth it. So, yeah, I was hoping that while I sat up that my neighbor would make some more noises, but he hasn't. He must have taken a crack break or something or passed out. Um, I'm sure I'll get the deets later from my neighbor Lee on the other side of him because she'll be walking her dog soon before she goes to work. And then I'll know more. That's my cat. And she's saying that life's a bitch. Anyway, thanks for listening to me. And to my new followers, thank you. And the Vero Librarian, hey, how about that? Thank you for finding me. I have heard you mentioned several times by Chris, Vero Dad, and I'm so glad that you were suddenly on my page. It was like poof, and I started checking out your page. I have a couple of people that I have to catch up on. It's like there's so many of you that I I wish that I could go through everybody all the time. Everybody's so great to listen to, and the artwork and stuff, like I keep saying. Lots of talented people out there, lots of people I love to listen to. Um, Vero Librarian, you're going to be one I'm going to want to listen to a lot. You keep gabbing, girl, 'cause I like it. You're like me, I think. You go off on a tangent. Okay. I think I nodded off a couple of times. I don't know, but the birds are already singing. There's this one bird that sits outside my window in my lilac bush. That's actually got to be pruned because it's more a tree now. But he's the morning bugler for the rest of the birds in the neighborhood. And I thought he and I came to an agreement that he wasn't supposed to chirp before 8 o'clock. He's renegotiated and tells me what for. He says nature controls all. And that he was here first. And he's right. But please, dude, please, I hope he holds off for until 7. I'm just asking for 7, not 8. And my phone only goes up so loud, and I don't like my sound machine too loud where it's annoying. But we'll see if I get some sleep. Okay, folks, if you're awake out there, I hope it's just because it's you're up for your job, or you're on the other side of the world and it's your evening or something. And if it is, I hope you had a great day. And for those of you on my side of the world, I hope you're sleeping and sleeping well, and you don't have a crackhead living next door to you. A literal crackhead. All right, so I'm gonna say, um, make some sunshine when you can today. Um, I'm not gonna let this make my day shitty because I'm trying to stay positive. I tend to get into negative moods, and I'm going to try really hard to not let this affect my day overall because it's just one thing after another with this guy, you know? So soon he will be gone. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Nighty night. Hopefully. Lullaby and good night. This is why I don't sing. Good night. Mwah.